Hey there, Gravette Lions fans, this is Hayden.
And I'm the Paulers, and you're watching Gravette Gameday. And now it's time for football recap. Last week the Lions traveled to Elkins for their first conference game of the season. The Elks started out hot, to say the least. The Lions couldn't stop the Elks offense as they scored 46 unanswered points in the first half. The Elks, to say the least, are one of the best teams in the conference, and they are expected to make a deep playoff run this fall. The Lions started conference play with a loss, which is not what they expected.
This week, the Lions play another top team in the conference, Prairie Grove. The Tigers won Friday's game against Great Forest 52-8. The Lions obviously have a tough task at hand this Friday, but it is the first home game since August 28th.
Now over to Paul from yesterday. What's up, guys? It's Paul from yesterday, and we're going to be breaking down Prairie Grove's offense. They run 3 plays out of the wing T set, and that is going to be buck sweep, boot, and counter. For those of you who do not know what the wing T is, they bring in a wide receiver and they put him as the wing, and they have 2 tailbacks in as the T. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first play we're going to be talking about is buck. So buck is a buck sweep straight out here, and what's going to happen is it's pretty simple. This wide receiver is going to block the corner. He's on an island, he might as well. And then your tight end is going to down block your end. And then so this wing back, where this is what you got to pay attention to, is he's going to go up to that linebacker, making an edge. And this is what Prairie Grove is known for, is the pulling guard. With a down block by the tackle to seal off that man, the pulling guard comes up there and blocks this corner, and he's leading. And then so it's just a handoff for this tailback, and he has free range to do whatever he wants because everyone else is stranded on the left side of the field. So with that being said, Prairie Grove has some really athletic players who can go out and make this one little play, this one little buck sweep, who normally should be gained for about 5 yards, turn into a 99-yard touchdown. Okay, so the next play we're going to be breaking down is counter. So remember how I said pay attention to the swing back? The ball's going to him this time. But what's going to happen is it's going to be the same exact thing. A down block by the Y, your tackle's going to block there, and you're going to have a pulling guard for there. But except that whenever this A comes down, you're going to hand the ball off to the T, and whenever the ball gets handed off, the wingback's going to go in reverse, and they're going to pitch it. And then you have a pulling guard up to there, a blocking, and then he has a lead blocker. He's blocking, and then boom. It's pretty much a trick play, but it's one of the most misdirecting trick plays ever. They have 2 pulling guards, it tricks your linebackers out, and then you have a wingback who's going in reverse. So what you can do to stop it though, is if your corner's disciplined, whenever he sees the wingback start running, yells reverse, then after that it lets the safety and these linebackers know the ball's going the other way. So now it's time for the only pass play that they run out of this set, and it's going to be called waggle. But for those of you who don't know what waggle is, it's just quarterback boot. And a bootleg is whenever the quarterback rolls out, fakes it. So what's going to happen is right here, your tight end, he's going to outside release this defensive end, run up, and he has across the flats. Boom, coming back to the left side where there's nobody. And then your X, he has a 2 route, which is just a comeback. Pretty simple. And then your flex wing guy has a post. Seems pretty legit, right? I mean, you got everybody rolling out to that side. Then after that, you have your A back, and he's immediately releasing to the flats. And then so you have a fake right there. And these guys are all pass setting, but the only reason he's pulling is so it can make it look like it's a run play. Kind of misdirect, everything like that. The quarterback rolls out to his left, fakes the handoff, sprints out this way, pulling guard here to lead block for him. And then after that, he can hit 1, 2, 3, or 4 guys. But here's where it gets crazy, is if this corner follows, they weak this guy out of the backfield, and the quarterback stops and throws it back behind where the defense went. And that's why it's called waggle, is because you don't know where the ball's going. If this guy's open and all these linebackers come down, he can throw it there if he really wants to. If the post is open and the safety comes down on that, throw the post. Cut back, it's an unguardable route. If it's ran right, anybody can get it. And then if he gets rushed, he has the A in the flats. And then if he has so much time and nobody's open and everybody's covered over here, there's going to be nobody on that tailback and it's a touchdown. That's just how Waggle works. And those are the 3 plays that they run out of the wing tee, and they are really good at it, and it's really effective. Thank you, Paul, from yesterday. You're a real help. So now it's time for the picks. Our favorite part of the show, hopefully your guys' favorite part of the show. So let's get started. So for the first game, we have Gentry at Berryville. Hayden, who you got?
I picked Gentry. They had a big win over Huntsville, and their quarterback is back from his suspension. He was a big part in the win against the Eagles, and he will be again this Friday.
I'm going to have to agree with Hayden. Gentry is a very stellar team. They run a very good spread offense with Jarnigan at the helm of it. And I feel like they will take care of Berryville and will make easy work of their flex T offense. So now it's time for our second game. We have Elkins at Huntsville. Hayden, who you got?
I got Elkins. They have a high-powered offense even without their best player who was injured against the Lions. Hopefully he'll be back soon. This game will definitely be close, but the Elks will win.
I'm going to have to disagree with you, Hayden. I have Huntsville in an upset. The reason I have Huntsville is they have a stellar running game. They kept up with Gentry in a final score of 46-34. And with that being said, I feel like Huntsville will be able to compete in a very, very hard-fought football game. So our second game, we have Shiloh versus third game. We have Shiloh versus Green Forest. Hayden, who you got?
I think this one is obvious. It's the best team versus the worst. The Saints will win.
I'm going to have to agree with Hayden. Shiloh made really easy work of Berryville, and they're going to make easy work of the Tigers. That's just how it is. So now it's time for our game of the week. We have Gravette Prairie Grove at Gravette. Hayden, who you got?
I'm obviously picking Gravette. The Lions had a great week of practice, and they had a key player coming back from injury in Nick Pilkington. The Lions need to win this week to compete for a conference championship, and I think that's what's going to happen.
I have to agree. The Lions are a very great defensive team, even though they didn't show that up against Elkins. I feel like they're going to do really good up against the wing tee, which is one of the most misdirect offenses ever made. And with that being said, if the defense can come along and do their jobs, take care of business, and the offense can score, the Lions make easy work of the Tigers, and that's just how we look at it. Anyway, that's all from Gravette Game Day, and we'll see you next week.